Hey there, Chris here, and today we're taking a look at a new product we're carrying. It's the Stifflexible Notebooks. They're made in Italy, and they come in 3 different sizes. Right here we have the medium size, which is kind of a slimmer A5. The large size is an actual A5, so you can see here it's just kind of shaved off on the side. So medium, large, and then the XL is going to be pretty much a B5 size, just a little smaller on the height. So while these are a little different size notebooks, they kind of adhere to the same basic structure of kind of your A5, B5s. So now that we got sizing out of the way, let's actually take a look at these. They are called Stifflexible for a reason. They have kind of a hard cardstock cover, but in 2 places they're kind of perforated in a way, so you can actually bend them quite a lot. As you can see here, it's nice. Even with all that bending, it's not really doing anything to the cover. These are well glued and made. So on this we have a little elastic closure. When we open it up here, we're welcomed with our title page, little place for our address, and then after that we jump right into the notebook itself. Now these are laid out in a neat format. The majority of the notebook in the front here is going to be all lined pages. It's kind of an off-white paper with some grayish lines. And then after that, we jump to a section with all blank pages. And this is about 10 or 20 pages. And then after that, we jump to a grid section. And the neat thing about the grid section is these pages are perforated. So if you have notes or something you need to be able to take out of your notebook, you can just rip them on off and they're free and you don't damage that binding. The notebook itself does a nice job of laying flat. If you want, you can give it a nice bend, but I don't feel like it's really damaging the spine there, and it does just kind of stay laid open nice and easy. So after that graph section, we kind of have a back pocket area. Each notebook does come with a handy little ruler that could also be used as a bookmark. This back pocket is meant to fit kind of like a half sheet folded. And this flap here is neat. I think it's primarily to be designed as another bookmark, which kind of works well to mark off exactly where you're at. So now that we have a general idea of the layout of the notebooks, let's take a look at this paper. Now they advertise this paper as being new and improved, and I actually had a chance to check out the older notebooks, and I will say this paper is much improved. It did a really nice job with all our writing instruments here. Pencils, ballpoints, roller balls, fountain pens, even big broad ones. There's really no feathering whatsoever. On the back side here we can see no bleed through, minimal show through. The only bleed through we got was on this really wet dip pen. Even this big swab here did a nice job. The paper is a little more absorbent, as you can see kind of from this green and maybe some of these teals. They look a little washed out. You're not getting maybe some of the sheens you might get with these inks, but overall it did a really nice job. Now one of the things I love most about these is the variety of colors they come in. Colors and covers. So just to show you the assortment here, this is part of their subway map series. You got that one of Berlin, there's Madrid, this is also in the medium size, there's Stockholm here in the large size. And then they have the flag series. Here we have the American flag, but they also have the Union Jack and a few other ones. They got these really cool kind of vintage gas station ones. You can see here. One of our more popular sellers, I only have one at the moment, is those Mexican Skull. This comes in probably 5 different styles. They got these cute little animal ones, some fruit ones, and some kind of like pop art ones. So the kind of sky's the limit with what style you want to express your individual creativity. But it's a really cool concept for a notebook. I like this bendiness. You don't have to worry about that covers snapping in your backpack or messenger bag or whatever. And the paper is great. So for the price, highly recommend check them out at andersonpens.com.